I'd just like to make sure all the i's are dotted, the t's are crossed for us to give them approval.
And make sure they pick up their signs when they're all done.
Yes.
Why you
Yeah.
have
Write it
to-
down. Let's write that down.
I'm gonna add that on the application.
That's a good one.
I feel like we should like hold some money, because that's like a pain in the cost.
Well, we don't ask them for any kind of, the only thing is, because they're using the Bidding Water Park, I mean, I would wonder if it should be treated kind of like the park is, when you rent the park, I mean, it's a park, it's one of our parks.
Like a deposit.
Yeah, well, if somebody came to the rec center or any of the other parks, we charge for that. I don't know what the rec commission is saying about that. Well, we want to be sure that the other part of that is to make sure they're not obstructing parking from any of the rail trails. So, it would be nice if somebody came to the meeting so they could ask those questions. I might have to follow up with someone. Okay. Resolution 1, 8/2016. Annual software support contract for water sewer department billing. Whereas Williamson Law Book Company provides professional software services and training to sewer and water department, and whereas Williamson Law Book has provided an annual contract for software and services in the amount of $998. Said contract is attached here to and made a part hereof. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale hereby authorize supervisor to enter into contract for said software and services.
Second?
Mandy, do you know if this is the same price or was this a raise in price?
They don't change the prices.
It went up, I think it's
They
went up.
stay the same.
Same?
No, I think it went up.
Did it go up? Do you know by how much?
It's
Jim?
different.
930 something.
So it's only gone up a small amount? 930? Okay.
Roll call, Councilman Hughes,
Yes.
Councilwoman Metzger,
Yes.
Councilman Maslowski,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mokari,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Jen, you want to talk about this now?
Sure. Briefly. Okay, so the next resolution we're going to consider is, it's a resolution to assure opportunities, it's requesting the two co-lead agencies for the environmental review of the proposed Pilgrim Pipeline project to assure opportunities for meaningful public and municipal participation in the scoping process for the state environmental review. Just, as an update of where things are in that environmental review process, the state, any day, the lead agencies can make a declaration of significance and start the scoping process, which is the step in the process when the scope of the review is determined, exactly what environmental issues they're going to look at, what community issues, what economic issues they're going to look at. And it's a very important step in the process because later on when they're doing the review, if somebody raises an issue and it wasn't already agreed to in the scoping document at the beginning, it will not be considered. So it's extremely important that it be comprehensive and that there is a lot extensive public opportunities for public and input and the input of affected municipalities. So this resolution will request that there be a minimum of a 90-day public comment period on the scope. You have to keep in mind just how many millions of people that are affected by this proposed project, and also that the scoping process does allow for public hearings, and we would be urging them to have a public hearing in every affected county, and at least one hearing for the communities along the rail line that will bring the oil to the pipeline. So the pipeline starts in Albany, and all the crude oil is brought by rail into New York to Albany and then loaded onto, it would be loaded, into the pipeline. If that pipeline is would operate at full capacity, which is 200,000 barrels per day, I believe, that would be like a 2 to 3 times increase in the amount of trains that they currently get traveling, carrying crude oil by rail. So it would be a huge impact on those communities as well.
I'm sorry, did you say 200 times?
2 to 3 times.
Oh, 2 to 3 times, okay.
2 to 3 times what it was at its peak. I mean,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
you know, so that's a lot of oil moving through those communities.
It's a number of counties as well, isn't it, really?
So
You're talking about
the counties,
west of Schenectady, so-
yes, I don't know how many municipalities and counties that is, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So, yeah, that's basically the background, and, this decision could be any day. I don't know what they're waiting for, but, does anyone have any questions about it?
Yes, is there still a possibility that there will not be a pipeline?
There's always that possibility that there will not be a crude oil pipeline. That would save everyone a lot of time and headache if that would just happen right now.
Yes, it would be more
They would
likely if we
would
continue to
withdraw
let them know we
this-
don't want it.
Withdraw. Yes, and if we pass this resolution tonight, we'll urge other towns to pass a similar resolution, and the lead agencies have been, I think they'll respond.
And-
So
and
I think,
would-
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to reiterate from last month, I reported out that the Environmental Commission
Mhm.
had used natural resources inventory to look at the proposed pipeline route and identify potential impacts here in Rosendale, and that was supplied to the board. Last month, it was in our correspondence.
Great.
So just to remind everybody it's there, and again, thank them for
Can
doing
we
so.
make a suggestion that maybe they reach out to the other towns along the
And we
board?
did
Right, so they're
allow
gonna,
them to share it out to other towns as an
Right.
example of ways that they could prepare for this scoping period. that
right,
you're
so I was gonna send it with the resolution to other towns.
Oh, that.
Just, yeah, just.
So we would be a
back.
model in 2 different
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
This is
do,
the first such
yeah,
resolution?
yeah, I actually wanna
Well,
read,
this is- this
this
is-
would be the first, yes,
Right,
first
you
such,
drafted it?
yes.
And is there, who was that meeting where towns came and there were experts there to talk? That was a few
Mhm.
months ago. So is there, what's the, by what means are the towns communicating presently? I mean, is there an
By
official?
email, I mean,
Mostly
Is
through
it-
the supervisor.
yeah.
Is it like a little informal, or is it?
And we bring it up at the supervisors meeting.
Right.
That's
Okay.
not informal.
But
That's also
beyond,
counted.
beyond
Yeah.
Ulster, we've emailed them materials.
Well, there's
But
also.
it has been a while. and
But it's not like coalition of pipeline town?
Well, there was
We had a couple of meetings that we invited any town along
Any
with.
town.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, and there are towns expressed at that meeting a desire to work together, so, but they
Right.
need, Rosendale's been taking the lead in organizing, and so any, if we have sample resolutions or model resolutions we can share, that's a
Yeah.
valuable thing, and
Same
certainly
with the
the
NRI.
work of the Environmental Commission is very valuable, and I think it'll really
That would be a really
help people
compelling model.
understand how to prepare. I did want to mention one other initiative that's happening in the New Paltz. Riverkeeper has assembled all of the mailing addresses for property owners along the proposed route, and they gave all of this information to the New Paltz Environmental, their CAC, and they did a mailing to property owners. So, I know when the Environmental Commission had at one point talked about doing outreach to property owners, so if they wanted basically a ready-made kit of envelopes, they could send some, do a mail.
I'll bring it up to them. I know a lot of lately, in the past year, we've added to some vacancies on the board, but they've been feeling pretty much maxed out.
Okay.
Specifically with regard to outreach, they were saying they felt that was a little bit beyond their scope, but if it's a matter of just.
So if you have the
essentially
loops
either
during a
part.
meeting.
Yeah, that's something we might be good for.
Yeah.
Well, an entity that could help with that possibly is the Sane Energy Project, which is based down in New York City. They developed an interactive map a couple of years ago called You're Here, citing all the proposed infrastructure for pipelines and compressor stations and all that. And what they're developing actually this month is a way to add video, stories, and photos of things like, we have a bridge on there to document like this is going to be at risk if this comes here. So their filmmaker and videographer are actually going on a tour throughout most of the state this month. And they have a big meeting tomorrow, so I've been wondering when they might come back up here. And there are activists that were involved with the Food Not Fracking project that came and did a listening tour, and one of their favorite stops was Rosendale, which we took such good care of them. And they were listening to farmers at that point to try to bring every avenue of reality and how much it would impact our agricultural reality as it has in Pennsylvania, and that we don't want to do that here. So I'm not sure exactly how it can be woven into this, but I'll let them know about the New Culture of the People, because that can be helpful. Because they're looking for stories from people who've already been affected or stand to be affected to have this and to use the You're Here map.org for municipalities and for individuals to be able to network easily.
Yeah, I've seen that mapping tool is really great.
It sounds like you guys have described pretty much everything that's on here, so if you're okay, we'll just do the resolve part for this document. Do you have one more thing you wanted to say?
I just wanted to clarify, is it the Wallkill Riverkeeper in New Paltz, or the Riverkeeper did
No,
this for New Paltz?
Riverkeep, they just did it for all towns.
Okay, okay,
And,
there's a new,
but
New Paltz
and
Riverkeeper.
they're basically making everything available, including a draft letter describing the project. The towns could do their own, but they will also, I think they will postmark. So,
Wow.
Okay.
anyway.
But this is the Riverkeeper.
yeah,
Same river.
Okay.
yeah.
There was just something about, in the New Paltz Times, about Jason West's Wallkill River.
Yeah, it's called the
Alliance or
Wallkill River
Watershed.
Action Coalition or something,
Watershed,
Watershed Coalition,
yeah.
something like that, yeah.
When-
But
when you said
Riverkeeper
New
is
Paltz,
working
yeah,
with
that's-
them. It's
Yeah.
one of their members of their like steering committee.
Great.
Thanks, I just wanted to.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale is
Number 2,
potentially,
right.
yes, is as potentially involved agency requests New York State DEC and the New York Thruway Authority as co-lead agencies to provide a minimum 90-day public comment period following the release of a draft scoping document. And be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale requests public information sessions and hearings be held in every county in the pipeline pathway and at least one meeting along the crude by rail route that would serve pipelines. Be it further resolved that the co-lead agencies make an extraordinary effort to maximize public engagement regarding the scoping process, to make all the meetings, comment, deadlines widely known, to help the public understand the significance of their opportunity to participate in the scoping process. Be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be sent to New York State DEC Commissioners Basil Sagos, New York Thruway Authority Acting Executive Director Bill Finch, and Governor Andrew M. Cuomo.
Oh, you must have.
Oh, it's getting, no, it's passing it. You want
No, I'll
to
fix
say
it.
Yeah, well, right.
It's her
You should.
liaison.
Yeah, so
It doesn't matter.
I think so.
It's Jen's liaison, typically that's our.
Yeah, well, she was hesitating.
Roll call, Councilman
Yeah, I don't know
Hughes,
if there's a-
Yes.
Councilwoman Metzger,
yes.
Councilman Slotski,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lepari,
Yes.
Supervisor Walsh.
Yes. Okay. You like you and Bob, that's the plan we're supposed to second something. I'm just gonna know
I wasn't sure because of the way it was drafted, someone else was supposed to.
Resolution 8/2016-3 is to honor, have an, to recognize, I should say, a prostate cancer. September is being looked at as a possible month for prostate cancer awareness. This has been passed around to the towns in Ulster County to consider this by the, remind me who it was.
Of the Elks Lodge.
It was the lodge, yes. Just trying to figure out which lodge it was. Right here? Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're asking for us, and of course it went to a few other towns, and when the town, Carl sent it to everybody. And I think it's a nice gesture, and if everybody's okay with that, we can support that. Everybody okay
Sure.
with that?
Sure.
They haven't passed the legislation yet, but we can still make it for us. We're working on it, but on the state level. Resolution designating September 2016 as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. I want to take national off because I don't know if it is national. Whereas the New Paltz Benevolent Protective Order of the Elks Lodge 225cc requesting all municipalities and towns of Ulster and Dutchess counties pass a resolution acknowledging September 2016 as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas the town of Rosendale believes in supporting the good health of their residents, and therefore resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale designates September 2016 as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month.
Roll
Second that?
call, Councilman Hughes,
Yes.
Councilwoman Metzger,
Yes.
Councilman Slotski,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarty,
Yes.
Supervisor Walsh.
Yes. Uh, 8/2016/4. This is a resolution to apply for a grant for Walkill Valley Rail Trail Rosendale Wayfinding Project. After all the work that went into finding Rosendale, Jen is working with our Economic Development Commission to try to apply for a grant to be able to get some of the signage that's related to the trails that we've designed and approved. Resolution apply for grant for Walkill Valley Rail Trail Rosendale Wayfinding Project. Whereas the town of Rosendale is applying to the Hudson River Valley Greenway for a grant under the 2016 Greenway Conservancy Trail Grant Program for a project entitled Signage for the Walkill Valley Rail Trail Rosendale Wayfinding Project to be located in the town of Rosendale. And whereas the grant application requires the applicant municipality to obtain approval endorsement of the governing body of the municipality or municipalities in which the project will be located. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale hereby does approve and endorse the application for grant under the 2016 Greenway Conservancy Small Grant Program for a project known as Walkill Valley Rail Trail Rosendale Wayfinding Project.
I'll second.
Roll call, Councilman Hughes,
Yes.
Councilwoman Metzger,
Yep.
Councilman Slotski,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarty,
Yes.
Supervisor Walsh.
Yes.
Thank you, Supervisor Metzger. Councilwoman Metzger, for that initiative.
He was the best, fine with that dog.
Resolution 8/2016/5 is agreement between the town of Rosendale and Ronette Valley Veterinary Associates. This is what Jen was talking about earlier, that we have a volunteer in the veterinary services for Ronette Valley Veterinary Associates. Elizabeth Prescott has put together a list of discounts and free pro bono services she will do for our dogs at the kennel. And we've got a resolution here to pass that. 8/2016/5. Whereas the town of Rosendale has need for veterinary care for dogs rescued by the town of Rosendale Dog Warden. And whereas Ronette Valley Veterinary Associates has presented the town with an agreement which would fulfill the needs of the town, and therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale approves said agreement, hereby authorizes supervisor to sign said agreement, which has been attached in the part hereof.
Second.
Roll call, Councilman Hughes,
Yes.
Councilwoman Metzger,
Yes.
Councilman Slotski,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarty,
Yes.
Supervisor Walsh.
Yes. Now, this is for review. If everybody wants to go ahead with this, we can. But I just wanted everybody to see what we wrote and see if you're comfortable with it. Because we seem to be, kind of drowning in having these dogs that are not getting adopted. We wanted to find a new way to tackle the problem and thought that maybe a volunteer commission with the duty to really do the outreach and, find ways to get the dogs adopted through social media, through, postings on the website, getting things into areas like veterinaries, the veterinary hospitals and places that sell dog foods, things like that.
Adoption center, there's a whole adoption network.
Right. And
to get there.
so we thought we'd pick 3 people in the community, 3-year terms, starting 1, 2, and 3, then they'd all be 3-year terms.
Volunteers, so just.
3 volunteers? We're gonna make them volunteers.
Yes.
And
Well, you know what, we have some community members
just
who
like anything.
have,
I'm sure.
like, a number of community members actually who have really offered
Right,
over
right.
the
We have
years
some
to
people
help.
that are already showing an interest that
Yes.
would probably be.
This is a dog
point-
town.
Yes.
People commit to dogs.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
for sure.
So, what we wrote was a dog adoption committee. An adoption committee of no more than 3 volunteers will assist the dog control officer and deputy dog control officer in outreach and identification of placement opportunities for abandoned dogs. Adoption committee will consist of a 1-year term, a 2-year term, and 1 3-year term to start, with each term renewed for a 3-year appointment at time of expiration. Adoption committee will assist the dog control officer in securing placement for adoption. As soon as the dog control officer determines the dog is ready for adoption, a picture and description of the dog shall be provided to the town clerk for posting on the town website. And committee members will make every effort to expedite adoption of the dogs, including posting of paper, electronic flyers, use of social media, and other adoption resources. Is there any input on this?
Sounds awesome.
Great.
Yes.
As long as this is a committee, not a commission, so we don't need
Committee, yes,
legislation.
committee, we don't need to change the
That's the only
code.
reason we have to do
And
that.
we can appoint, we'll appoint people later, but it would be
Right.
good to get it up.
Yeah.
No,
It's
people know
important.
we're doing it.
Yes,
So do you want to do it tonight?
I think we should. It's a
Yes,
good time.
I would.
All right, so hopefully
Yeah, it's
between
good.
now and next
Explore
month.
doggies.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
we've had some,
How do you feel?
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, so resolution 8/2016-6, resolution to create dog adoption committee. Whereas the town of Rosendale has a need to create a committee to help in adoption of dogs in the kennel. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale hereby approves the creation of a dog adoption committee which has been attached to the main part hereof.
A second.
Roll call, Councilman Hughes,
Yes.
Councilwoman Metzger,
Yes.
Councilman Kozlowski,
yes.
Councilman McCarty.
Yes.
Supervisor Walsh.
Yes.
And I would, once again, just want to recognize the amount of work that colleagues have put in.
Yes.
Supervisor and Councilwoman, I know I've been talking about this for a while.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Very effective.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to go in executive session to discuss the employment of a particular person.
Maybe we have a high over there.